guys, welcome to a very special WCC video. We're going to be going over everything Flash, and it's going to be T special, so enjoy. What's up guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking everything Flash. I know this video's been a little bit delayed, I do apologise about that, but we've got everything worked out. I've had enough time to go over all my structure, read a few extra little comics here and there. And I think basically, so I'm going to start off, obviously my name is T. This topic is going to be everything Flash. So that's going over Flash TV series, Flash comic, Flash Rebirth, and anything else that I kind of feel personal thoughts and opinions as I've been going through that as well. So starting off, what we're going to be talking about is Flash Season 1. We're going to be going then into Flash Season 2 on the TV series, just getting into that as well straight away. Going to then go into Flashpoint, the comic. The reason we're going to go into that is because I think that's relevant and going into Season 3, as we have now confirmed that is definitely going to be the Season 3 topic, or at least going to be starting off with that anyway. After that, we're going to be going into, we're going to go straight into the Flash 52 era comics, and then just a little bit on Flash Rebirth, because that's what I've recently read for you guys. So, starting off, I'm going to be going looking at my phone a little bit here and now. Hope you don't mind. I've got it worked out, but I'm going to have to look down to see what I'm talking about. Flash Season 1. And before I get too in-depth with this one, this was a whole new video aspect for me. I didn't like Flash as a character, if I'm honest. My brother was a massive fan. I was always Marvel-based characters. Kind of liked Quicksilver, but I didn't really... I was always like Johnny Storm, Flying, Spider-Man, or something where it's a bit more active based in the powers. I never really thought Flash had so many power bases, which is really cool. So yeah, getting into it, I was reluctant at first. I used to debate with my brother about his powers and whether it was cool. And then I watched Arrow and started watching that because I'd run out of further superhero TV shows, guilty. Really enjoyed it, and then you also get introduced to Barry in one of the episodes, I believe Season 2. And then obviously going into that, I thought, you know, I'd give Flash a go because I wanted to keep up in the whole crossover aspect of Arrow and Flash. Yeah, going into it, I was amazed. A whole new set of characters I didn't know, a whole new set of actors I didn't know. Ended up absolutely loving them all and absolutely fantastic. But I mean, let me know what you thought. Was you the same? Did you give it a chance before? Did you like it? Did you not like it going in? But Season 1 obviously starts off with, it's kind of like a mix mash really of all these kind of meta-humans just bulking up. It's a crazy concept, a lot more light-hearted and upbeat than you find in Arrow, because obviously Arrow is very grounded, typical DC program. And yeah, I kind of liked it. I started liking the idea of what I thought was the Spidey of the DC universe, is how I kind of put it, if you will. You know, it's kind of light-hearted, joking nuts where he takes down a meta-human. So then going in, obviously you start getting the Reverse Flash. I'm currently re-watching Season 1 at the moment for the third time over. And I like how they actually introduced the Reverse Flash, you know, arch nemesis of the Flash, on a Christmas episode. It's kind of like a Merry Christmas to the fans. Here's your most loved arch nemesis on TV for yourself. I thought that was really good. Obviously goes up, builds in a lot of kind of mystery between who it is. I want to point out here, spoilers, I'm guessing you've probably seen it. If you haven't, pause it, go watch it, come back. Hello, nice to see you again. But yeah, spoilers, it's Dr. Wells or Eobot Thawne, which you find out in the end. I was kind of upset about that because I liked Dr. Wells as a character, and I was kind of like, whoa, he's a bad guy. Even rewatching now, I figure, I still like him as a character, and you see how Eobot Thawne spends so much time with Barry building up this relationship. You kind of almost like, you feel, why don't you become a good guy again? You know, you envied him as a character and then you became a bad guy because if you couldn't be as good as him. But, you know, you're building up this friendship with the dude, you know, he's a nice guy. So, I mean, maybe if they just swayed their opinion, he became the anti-hero, you never know. Season 3, Flashpoint. But yeah, going into the end of that, obviously you had characters like Eddie Thawne, which turned out to be Eobot Thawne's relative, as it all builds up towards the end. With the reveal of Dr. Wells or Eobot Thawne as a Reverse Flash, and obviously he killed his mother, etc, etc, etc. I think it was really good, the character building that you get for all of them. The way Eddie kind of does the self-sacrifice at the end, spoilers again. But I think it's really well played out, really well thought out, really well scripted. Watching a lot of Kevin Smith, been looking at it from a directing point of view. Definitely some amazing directing work there, absolutely stunning visuals, absolutely amazing script work. And then you build up to the finale, so you get that kind of whole 52 portals. You know, that's a DC new 52 era like Easter egg right there for you. And then he goes into season 2, and you get obviously Jay Garrick turn up, and you know all these massive Flash fans, you know, probably sobbing in tears of happiness or screaming and pumping fists in the air that he got the Jay Garrick. So you go into season 2, enter Zoom, if you will, as well as Jay Garrick, and you know, rewatching again, you know, you maybe see the inside Easter eggs there. There's a couple of loopholes of how he was there and how he wasn't. Building up to the same aspect of Jay Garrick, the good guy that they learn to trust, is again, you know, the bad guy, Zoom. And I really thought that was, you know, I didn't ever think it was redone, reused, or anything like that. I thought it was getting done well. You know, if you're building up episodes week by week, it played out really well. You know, if you're doing this whole marathon, you kind of see it a little bit more. Especially if you're re-watching it, you know, you see the kind of seeds that are there almost. But again, I think the way that the actors portrayed it, the way they did the whole thing, you know, it's the kind of theme of Barry wants to trust. You know, again, a Spider-Man of the DC universe. You know, it's that innocent kid that he really thinks that everyone can be trusted, or he wants to give him that chance of being trusted. He's the embodiment of hope, you know, almost. And I've, you know, it builds up to the end of season 2. Loads and loads of stuff happens. I haven't got time to physically go over everything of what happens in season 2. And this is definitely your reason to go watch it, you know, because of the excitement of someone else. You see how happy they are. If you haven't seen it, you know it's worth watching. So now I think, you know, season 2 builds up. You get the big finale, and basically I want to get straight into it. You know, he goes back and saves his mum. We all know exactly what that is. That's Flashpoint, and that's the comic that I've read. Jumping straight into it, I generally think I should have read the comic before watching the animation. Animation TV video, if you will, is really, really good. The problem is there was everything in the animation movie was in the comic. There was nothing more in the comic that was in the movie, or just the main graphic novel of Flashpoint. Anyway, I know there's loads of side stories I haven't read, but generally I watched Planet Hulk first, and I really enjoyed the animation. And then when I read the comic, there was so much more in it that wasn't in the kind of animation that I enjoyed it even more. It's like watching another movie, but you can see how it was based on that. Like, you know, how film Civil War, it takes the element core of it and then changes it. So you can watch Civil War, the movie, go read the comic, and then you still enjoy it, and it'll probably be even better because it's like a whole new story still. Whereas Flashpoint, as I say, I watched the animation, really enjoyed it, read the comic, and I was just reading through it with that lack of excitement. There was nothing new that I was discovering that was, you know, blew me away and made me feel that joy of excitement. Although it was a really good read, you know, given that the artwork's amazing, the story's amazing, you know, seeing Thomas Wayne as Batman, amazing. You know, I can't give any more props than that. So a massive shout out really to, you know, all the guys that write the Flashpoint series, you know, who did that and came up with the storyline, really good storyline. Going in, I'm now, you know, going to talk about predictions of season 3. So I think, obviously, same as every comic book TV adaptation, there's going to be fans that are thinking it's going to be a direct Flashpoint rip. You know, they're going to do the whole Thomas Wayne Batman and everything else that goes along with it, but let's be honest, they're not. TV adaptations means they take elements and core aspects and metaphorical references to that graphic novel or comic and make it their own story, because that's what makes it interesting, exactly like I said with the animation of Flashpoint and then the comic of Flashpoint. You don't want it to be exactly the same. If you do, you know, why? You've seen it, you've read it, read the comic, enjoy it that way. I really think that a whole new aspect of, you know, 23 episodes of something completely new, but with the core element of Flashpoint that we know, I think would be really, really great for the readers, really. I definitely recommend everyone go watch season 1 and 2 again if you've seen it already before season 3 comes out, because I think it's going to be amazing. I'm already deep into that myself. And now, just quickly before I sign off on this mega rant video, I'm going to talk a little bit about Flashpoint, because I just recently, yesterday, bought DC Rebirth. Not Flashpoint, Rebirth, I meant. And then I did the DC Flash Rebirth issue before I'd then gone and read Rebirth issue 1. So yeah, Flash Rebirth, obviously introducing Godspeed, introducing this kind of that rehash of his origin story about how he got hit by lightning. There was someone else there at the time, that was his friend, a police officer, which you end up seeing at the end of the comic. Spoilers, get hit by lightning, and we all assume it's coming Godspeed. I thought it was really, really great. You know, first issue for anyone that hasn't read any comics before. you know, I really expect that for Flash fans ongoing, they could really like it. You know, the artwork, the story, it's all there, it's all building up to something good. And then, you know, reading DC Rebirth, the universe, the main story yesterday, it kind of filled in the gaps of what I missed with the Flash series, really, on the Rebirth issue 1. You obviously get the whole Wally West come in as a whole new character, well, not a whole new character, but, you know, reborn into the DC universe, because he was obviously taken out with Flash 52. And yeah, you know, he brings it back into the fold, warning everyone about that whole big change that's there. And someone else is messing with the outside, which obviously, as we know, is the Watchmen. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how this all unfolds, really. I'm not really the biggest DC reader, but I think it's time for me to start jumping on, getting involved and enjoying this. So guys, you know, this has been my everything Flash video. I couldn't get myself a Flash tee, but, you know, hopefully it got the Flash colours on, so you enjoyed that, represent. A couple of shout outs. I want to give a big thanks to my editor Jay for letting me come to his studio, record this for you, getting this finally done. A massive shout out to Excelsior Comics in Bristol. Go check them out. They're my main source for all my comic supplies. Absolutely amazing guys, and they're all peaceful, tell you exactly what you need and where you need to start. If you're scared of comics, don't be. You know, they're amazing people. They can help you with where you need to jump onto, and just don't be scared about this past. You know, these rebirth titles, these relaunches in Marvel, they're giving it a great opportunity for now anyone that's seen the movies to really get into comics and definitely take an opportunity. You know, they're like movies on paper. If you blast off these graphic novels and you finish these, you want to rant to someone about how you've seen this amazing movie and they should have seen it with you almost. So this is T signing off for the WCC video. This has been Everything Flash, and keep in check for everything we've got coming up. Our other videos on the side. Give us a shout out on Facebook, Twitter, and guys, been good to see you. You let us know in the comment section what you want to see next, and bless.
Nice. Do you want me to